Otaku Bubble Talk Show. And now your hosts, Aaron and Colin.
My throat was just fucked to death. Now that that visual is there for the viewers to hear.
You have to interpret of Aaron being throat fucked. We can now proceed with the actual news.
Interpret that as you will. Welcome to the Otaku Bubble Talk Show, where we talk about our throats being fucked to death.
Where Aaron does that and I listen and try not to imagine.
Well, if you're listening, what's the implication? Alright, anyway. I am your host, Aaron.
And I'm your other host, Colin.
And we talk about stupid video games and anime shit.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
What don't we do?
Alright, so do you want to start with AN Sunday? Because there wasn't much, I don't think much happened on AN Sunday to warrant talking about it too long.
One of our other buddies come over and it was interesting for him to figure out what the hell is going on.
Here comes a new challenger.
Here comes a new challenger. And we saw the... No, that was Kill la Kill.
Yeah, Kill la Kill was Sunday.
Yeah, there was one really good panel, which was the Kill la Kill explanation of like how it meets with Japanese cultures, and it's kind of like that, like the combination of all the like internet posts about Kill la Kill being very symbolic and stuff, and that's just the presentation.
Yeah. For context, this is the guy. He goes by the username Study of Anime. He's most well known for doing like a bunch of essays on Kill la Kill.
Yeah.
And like its relation to like Japanese history, Japanese culture, and like Buddhism and that. And you really see him just shine through, if that makes any sense. Because he did not stop talking for the entire hour, and I feel like he could have gone on and on and on.
He's like very good at it because his entire presentation was literally just a presentation. He has his entire setup, and I really liked how he even like paid for the fan art he paid for like illustrations for his presentation.
Yeah.
Just to get the meaning. I was like,
production values.
That's pretty good.
Yep. But that's how he makes his living now. So I mean, yeah.
That's pretty cool, man. He does a lot of work for it.
Yeah. Anything else happened on Sunday? I played a bunch of matches of KOF. I taught Eugene, my friend, who we mentioned on last week's podcast. I taught him about like KOF and like why I love KOF, and we just went back and forth for about 45 minutes. And yeah, that was fun because he's definitely more of the new school, the new blood of like video gamers. Very Western oriented.
He plays League of Legends.
Yeah, whereas I am definitely like, what's the word?
I think you're more...
I'm a romantic of video games in the traditional sense of the word. Not like a romantic, but a romantic.
He likes the OG.
Yeah. PS2 for life.
Crash Bandicoot, guys. Mega Man.
I hate Crash Bandicoot, but that's for a different podcast.
Do you like stuff like Ratchet and Clank or Jak and Daxter?
I couldn't get into any of Sony's like mascot characters, except for like maybe Sly Cooper for a bit. Sly Cooper I like. And like Kratos. Kratos is okay.
God of War. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, actually, wait, hold on. I like Wild Arms, and I like Freedom Wars, and I like Soul Sacrifice. So I mean, hey, Sony's good at like doing stupid anime things.
Stupid anime shit. Yeah. I think that was about it on Sunday, unless... What was the last thing we saw?
Oh, I saw Reina Kanata again at her like panel proper, not her like not her play or whatever.
Yeah.
She was pretty awesome. I asked her hard-hitting questions like what their stance on poutine was, and how cold they expected Canada to be.
Yeah.
And that was fun.
Aaron loves trolling the KyoAni sessions. That is like Aaron's fucking thing for Con. It's just like, is there a Q&A panel? Alright, I don't know who it is, but I'm asking them stupid questions.
I know. I love that. I love that so much. Because I like to throw people off guard, and I like to give people something fun. And like most Q&A sessions, generally like you get the same shit every time.
Yeah.
So I like to throw a fastball.
Not even like a fastball curveball. It's like I just like to throw this like foul ball. It's just
yeah, I just like to throw foul balls.
Is it even in the game? All right.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Yep. So Colin, Buddy Compatriot, as I like to say all the time. What did you do this week? Proper.
What did I do this week? Let's see. I finished Madden. I finished a bunch of shows. I finished Madden no Uchivenadis.
I don't know what the fuck that is. You're gonna have to explain that.
Lord Marksman and something. Well, I'd have to check the title again. Anyway,
but give a basic.
Yeah. So this was from last year. This way last year.
Define way last year, like winter 2015.
I think it was probably summer 2015.
Right.
So pretty much almost exactly a year ago I started. I don't remember exactly. I know it's just been a long time since it aired because I only started watching it after it was finished airing.
Yeah.
But yeah, so it's just a story about this bow and archer dude, and he gets caught up with this kind of warrior female that has this special sword that can control the winds.
Okay, that's cool. That's cool.
And then so it's the whole kind of it's like this servant and the servant relationship with him.
Servant master,
she's the master, he's the servant.
Of course.
But it's a little twist because it's the point of that he's a prisoner of war. The whole thing is he's servant because he's a prisoner of war.
That's cool. So how realistic is the stance they take on war? Because
that's the thing. The stance on war, it's realistic and sort of because it's a fantasy story. It's not
there's magic.
There's magic and stuff, obviously. So it's not like Lord of the Rings, war. But they have these really cool war cutscenes of where you get the kind of risk or dynasty wars of your troops moving across the land.
Oh, okay.
They have the war table and then they've got the troops.
Okay, because that style of storytelling is what got me into Code Geass and what got me into Arslan.
Yeah.
Because I love that shit.
It's really cool. They have that every time they do the war sessions. It's we've got our warriors and land. So it's a realistic take in terms of strategy. They have all these strategy talks of where they're going to cut them off and stuff. So I think it's really cool in that aspect. Although it's more just the pandering of their focus on the story. The only issue I have is that they have the typical problem of the male becomes too much of a big character. Okay. Where he loses.
Does he eat Gary Stew?
He's not. It's not like Gary Stew. It's more just he loses that idea of he's just a servant prisoner of war to that where he's literally commanding his master.
Okay, no, that's dumb because
I know,
he's supposed to be against.
Yeah, that's the point. It's in the beginning, it's I love that he's just this troop that she uses now. He's now you're stuck, and then now he's fighting all these other kingdoms, and he's getting stuck in this because his land that he lost in the war is now being fought for over these kingdoms. He's the master of that land, but he's prisoner of this war. So you have all these kingdoms fighting for him as a prisoner of war because they want to control his land.
Oh, and so his land is actually. So no one actually owns his land. He's.
Yeah. It's just this because he lost. He had to give it over. So
that's really interesting. Okay, what's the show called?
Madden no Uchivenadis.
Alright, I might check this out. Because you sold me really hard.
Yeah.
I guess continuing on.
Besides that, what else? I think that's about all I finished, unless Trinity 7. You don't really care about that finished. Yeah.
What the fuck's Trinity 7?
Trinity 7 is that it was that was also last year. It was that magic harem of. I don't know if you know the main character. Arata. Holy shit, can't pronounce it.
Words.
Also voiced by Matsuoka.
Oh wow, okay, yeah, alright.
And it's he's got this whole setup of he lived in a fake world and he's pulled into the reality Matrix style where everything's gone to shit.
Oh, that's a cool setup. I always love the Matrix's story.
Yeah.
But
and the whole thing is just he's kind of got this. It's the typical. He's got this weird magic, and the point is that he has to befriend the Trinity 7, aka the 7 deadly sins.
Oh, and by the Trinity 7, you mean the 7 girls that he's got to fuck.
Yeah, and the only problem I had is that towards the end, it's got that shitty 12-episode ending where you have to go read the source because it just ends on this off weird beat.
Well, to be fair,
that's totally typical, so that's why I'm like fine with it. I'm like, yeah, the ending's never going to be that good with such a short season.
Yeah.
So, but it's if you like magic in your harems, but the main character, like, I think I have this exception where if the main character is very perverted and he knows it and he accepts it and he has other characters that are in on it with him, like, I'm totally fine with it because I think it's just the most hilarious thing of like acknowledging that, yeah, I just want the panty shots.
You should watch Korewa Zombie Deska. That sounds like your kind of show.
Oh my god. Yeah, I remember seeing that. I told you I saw the first episode of that and it's fucking like hilarious.
Alright.
Yeah, that's about it.
No, not anything you've been playing or anything?
Oh no, yeah, I made a post, you probably didn't see it on Facebook.
No, I saw it. That's why I'm confronting you about it.
I've been playing Kingdom Hearts 2. Holy shit, it's so slow.
Okay.
I can't. It's so slow.
Okay, Colin, welcome to why I quit out of Kingdom Hearts.
It's so true. Like, Kingdom Hearts is such a slow RPG to get through. It's like long.
Which is hilarious because its genre is action RPG.
Yeah, I know. It's like so much fun, but it's so much traveling. And don't even fucking get me started on the stupid gummy shit. Fucking battles you have to do in order to get to the new one. I'm like, what the fuck is this?
Like, okay, Kingdom Hearts 1 is the one I really like a lot.
Yeah.
And Kingdom Hearts 2, like, it sucked my soul out. Like, everything about Kingdom Hearts 2 should have been a step up from Kingdom Hearts 1. But the direction that they went with Kingdom Hearts 2, I feel like, right down to the music wasn't as good as Kingdom Hearts 1. I adore Kingdom Hearts 1.
Kingdom Hearts music is pretty good. Like, even if Kingdom Hearts 2 might not be as good, it's still pretty good.
Yeah, it is still pretty good. I'm not trying to, throw shade on Kingdom Hearts.
It's got good music. Yeah, I think it was interesting because I totally forgot that in the 2.5 remix you got recoded.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh yeah, the game that's like basically not canon.
Yeah.
Because it's totally irrelevant.
Yeah, because it's Digital Sora or whatever the fuck.
Yeah. It was like, oh.
Okay, for context, I've only played 1 and 2, and I got the fuck out because I was done after that.
For me, I played 358 Birth by Sleep, now 2.
Oh wait, so you've never played 1?
I never played 1. I've seen it.
Alright.
Never actually played it. It's just because, like, I bought 2.5 because I...
You're getting hyped for 2.8?
Oh, for me. But it's because I played 358 and 2 is where Roxas is in.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
You know what? That's one of the better parts of 2 is Roxas showing the fuck up. And because Roxas's place in Kingdom Hearts 1 is he shows up in the last cutscene.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, who the fuck is this guy? He looks exactly like...
Ventus.
Or Sora or whatever, yeah.
Yeah, I got... Also, it's also because I originally owned Birth by Sleep for PSP when it first came out, and I'm like, I lost my PSP, so I'm like, oh, this is my chance to like get Birth by Sleep and finish.
Oh, you never finished? Okay.
Because I finished Ventus's, and I never finished Aqua's, and I'm like, I want to finish like the rest of it.
There's 3 protagonists in Birth.
Terra is the third one.
Yeah, because Terra's
the Anakin of it.
Okay.
Essentially.
Yeah.
But like. I think Terra is cool. Like his place in the story is very cool. Like what he ends up to be is very important.
I'm not even familiar. Like 1 and 2 and like bits and pieces.
Should I like kind of spoil it?
No, don't say anything because
Birth by Sleep is the most spoiler territory because it's where Kingdom Hearts begins.
Like I know the basics are like the Keyblade War, blah blah blah.
Yeah. But it's like in the end, it's like. Where at the very end of Kingdom Hearts, what all the characters end up sets up the entire story, the entire reasoning of why 1, 2, and etc. is happening, and it's really cool. So yeah, but 2 is just so slow. A problem I have is you can't switch the dialects to Japanese, so you get the weird like spacing between English words. Like I told you, it's like you have that like it's like we have to help. Okay, let's go. It's weird. It's
really interesting because A, I never noticed that, and B, I remember back in the day reading, like, what do you call it? Translations, or rather, localization interviews, where they talked about the tech they used to do Kingdom Hearts localization. I'm not sure how late in the game it was. I think it was for Kingdom Hearts 2. But essentially what it was, they actually, they tried to sync the voice flaps to...
Yeah, see... Because I noticed that, like, they have, like, the mouth movements. It just never run on.
Yeah.
For it. But they have these weird gaps where
because
the Japanese.
Yeah, I see what.
So I'm assuming that's what it is. The pause. It's like they talk and then it's just like sort of movements and then they speak again.
Yeah.
And it's just this weird, like, kind of space in conversation that kind of throws you off when they're talking. This is especially important. Like, I don't even know if they've just lost the dialogue or like they just lost like the grunts and audio of like whatever when they're fighting, because a lot of the time when they're doing actions and they're just shifting around, it's just completely empty of dialogue. It's just like, okay, person moves. All right, then they like walk in and move, and then they're turning around, and then they say something.
Yeah,
it's like this weird just gap. I think it's just something they miss, kind of like they either missed or kind of just left, because I noticed they have that kind of a bit in 358 and a half days, but in 350 and a half days there was much less dialogue just because it was like DS. So most of it was text box based, but like even then the dialogue when they were talking, it was not spaced out like that.
Right.
It was weird action.
So overall, how do you feel about Kingdom Hearts 2?
Like,
because that game almost ruined me on my love.
Like, I'm just like I wouldn't want to like say it outright because I'm like totally gonna piss off the fans, but I'm just playing it for Roxas.
Okay, no, that's fine. I think that's a legitimate reason to play that game, because I think Roxas is really cool, and even though I haven't gotten around to 358 and a half bucks.
Yeah. So yeah, I want to see where his place in the story comes of after it. Okay. It's because I've played his backstory, so I'm like, okay, so like now we know that, because 358 came after 2.
No, I know it came after 2, but it's in between.
But it's in between it, so I want to finish the game to see actually, this is where he ends up. Because in the game you do get to play as him. I don't know how much because I haven't played like the entire thing, but I want to see like what actually comes. And then I can like see what's Kingdom Hearts 3 gonna be about.
Be prepared to wait.
And be prepared to wait.
And I'm saying nothing about Kingdom Hearts 2 because I don't want to spoil you or anything.
Yeah.
In terms of my week, where do I start? Are you up to date on Cabaneri?
Yeah, no, not yet. I'm like halfway through the next episode. I was just watching before I came here.
Okay, so I'm gonna reserve the next 3 minutes to talk about Cabaneri.
Okay, let's go. You can
so hold on. Let's just give like a dead space so like the audience can like leave if they need to for a second.
Should we like just say like spoilers beyond here? Stop the video.
Spoilers beyond here. Okay, in 3, 2, 1. Okay, I've never heard of soundtrack spoilers. But if you listen to Cabaneri's soundtrack, you already know who Biba is, first of all. Oh, yeah? And you know about his place in the story.
That's cool.
Just, like, I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, because I kind of didn't want to get, like, it kind of ruined my experience, where everyone's like, oh, Biba, Justin Bieber, he's so amazing.
He's actually just a jackass.
Yeah.
Oh, surprise.
But maybe his character design also really shows that as well, kind of.
Yeah. His character design totally looks like he's an evil guy.
Yeah.
Like, he's got that Bishojo with hidden intentions.
Well, Bishonen.
Bishojo with hidden intentions.
Yeah, he's got that. He's almost a yandere. Yeah, but these last 2 episodes of Cabaneri, like, I get it. Like, I get why they're doing it. Like, it's more world building, but I'm really not liking the direction. Like, it feels very the reason why I got out of Walking Dead. Where it's like, all this weird political bullshit.
Oh, yeah.
And there's times where I can stand it. Like, in Gundam, where that's the whole point.
Yeah.
Or, like, something I'll talk about later, where that's the whole point.
Yeah.
But here, I don't... Like, I'd rather just be, okay, find ways more to differentiate yourselves from Attack on Titan. Because I see the comparisons, and everyone sees the comparisons.
Yeah.
And it's the most obvious comparison in the world. But, like, just assholes being assholes.
Yeah, I hate
the zombie... Because, like, you're supposed to be working together or whatever the fuck.
See, that's, like, one of the most just story-defining traits of post-apocalypse. There's that one asshole that just wants to ruin everything. It's just, you know that's him! And you're like, this is just gonna... Because when they write those characters, they just don't want to make anything come of it besides make him the bad guy. Like,
I'd rather... You know what it is? I'd rather two sets of good guys that are morally opposed.
Yeah, like...
As opposed to a guy just being posed as the bad guy when there's an actual threat.
Yeah, it's just, come on, like, this idiot just... Nobody realizes this guy's just an asshole, and we actually have this major threat already that's killing everyone, and we all know, but no. Like, this
no, side stories, though. Okay, so yeah, that's my Cabaneri rant, or whatever. Kiznaiver continues to be good. Space Patrol Luluko continues to be good. Actually, hold on, wait. Space Patrol Luluko episode, what the fuck episode are we at? Like, episode 9?
Yeah.
I don't know how to... Like, it's the most spoiler thing. Like, okay,
Wait, should we go back to, like, not in spoilers now?
Okay, yeah, no spoilers. But I'm just gonna say, Space Patrol Luluko episode 9 is the... how do I describe it?
The epitome of what it is.
No, it's not the... Because everything about Space Patrol Luluko is just like a joke.
Yeah.
But Space Patrol Luluko episode 9 is the episode 8 of Gurren Lagann. If that makes any sense.
Yeah.
Where like, oh shit actually hit the fan.
Oh my god.
And there's like an
Everything
awesome...
just goes
wrong. There's an awesome like betrayal moment. And you're like, oh!
How could you? You are my brother.
Right. What's the thing they say in episode 3?
It's just I loved you like a brother.
I loved you like a brother, Anakin.
No, that's not loving. It was you were my brother. Anakin.
Yeah, you are my brother.
You are my brother.
I have the high ground. I have the high ground.
You underestimate my. I love that line.
Episode 3 is basically the shonen anime of Star Wars. There's so much quotable dumb shit in it.
Oh man.
Aside from that, the one big thing that I started playing was Valkyria Chronicles.
Oh, you actually got
Yeah, I did it. I did it.
Cool. How do you like it so far? Is it very tricky, like, to understand?
No, the controls are finicky, and I get that, but...
No, I understand, but just, like, was it, like, tricky to get into the new theme of battle? Because, like, when I first played it, I was like, okay, this is FPS, but then, like, on the second mission, I'm just so lost. I'm like, and now we have an objective. What?
No, I'm not lost or anything like that. Okay, I need to start from the beginning, because I've had, like... The thing with me is that I'm always coming up with generating ideas in my head. So I had the idea of World War II fantasy for like the longest time. And when I found out someone had already done it, I was like, okay, sure. Like World War II inspired fantasy or whatever. And so I'm like, okay, I wasn't going in with like impress me. I was like going in with, okay, what can I learn from this?
Yeah.
First thing I'll say about this game is that the intro, I'm not sure if the remastered has a different intro or not to like the original. I can look it up later or whatever. But the intro to Valkyria Chronicles is 10 out of 10. Like, I always say presentation is key in anything, and Valkyria Chronicles presentation is amazing. Like, I wouldn't say it gives Persona a run for its money, but it gets close.
The setup of the story is just... But,
like, the book, like, the presentation very specifically. Like, the art style is, like, this very painterly manga mix. Like, almost comic book-esque.
Yeah.
The book, where you open it and that's your mission select.
Yeah.
Like, even, like, the intro, I don't think... With no dialogue, I don't think I've ever been close to crying from an intro. Because that intro is beautiful. Like, I don't know how to describe it any better. I am loving this game. I'm obsessed. I can't believe I never touched it before. I really My only real problem, my only real beef with this game is that the controls are very finicky.
Yeah.
And I don't really particularly like that.
What episode are you on? Chapter? What do you call it?
I've just hit the I've just gotten the headquarters tab.
Oh, okay. So you just got started, right?
Yeah, I'm like really like first 3 hours.
Yeah. Valkyria Chronicles has this difficulty curve. Like, it doesn't get difficult, but like once this one mission hits you, you're like, oh, okay, this game is much harder than I thought. Because this mission, it's like the first couple missions are okay. You have like your enemies get to like this. It's pretty easy. But once that mission is, it's like you are so outgunned. It doesn't even seem possible. It is totally like World War-esque of you're outnumbered and you gotta really out-strategize the fuck out of your mission.
Okay, you know what? Actually, I do have one gripe, and it's like a really small gripe. Well,
yeah,
sort of. It's a really small gripe. I wish, like in terms of story,
yeah,
like I say, World War II, like inspired fantasy. I really just like the tech level of World War II, like steampunk,
yeah,
almost Cold War tier. But like, I wish that Valkyria Chronicles wasn't married so much to the idea of World War II, where it's like, oh, Gallia is essentially France. Oh, the Empire is basically just Germany.
Well, yeah, I think it's just that's how everything is set up.
Like, I like the tech level, and I like the mechanics of it.
Yeah.
I don't really like the
just World War II
like
copy.
Yeah, I want it to be like its own universe, not something else.
I think it's very hard to build your own universe. You just like when you're thinking of okay, who fights what? Because naturally when you're thinking of World War II inspire, like even it's just the technical design of like what weapons and armories they're using. Like once you start thinking of tanks and trenches and stuff, like you automatically think France versus Germany.
Yeah.
You kind of just get stuck on that.
But like, you could have just made a different map. You could have just did something to distance yourself from that.
Because even the map, it's like
looks like Europe.
Looks like Europe. Yeah.
What else? In like terms of like, I really like the character building. Like. And like when you get to the headquarters and it's like, oh, you have to recruit your guys.
Yeah.
Oh, they've got like, they don't have social links, but they've got like, oh, what they like, dislike. You got like who they're friends with, who they're buddies with, and you're like supposed to build your team structure. I love that.
I think that's like this really good team building aspect where it's not just like he's better on this ground or whatever. It's like if you put them with these people, like they're better, and that's really cool.
And on that same note, like in terms of like the characters, like your leads, I like how they're not just soldiers. Like, oh, Alicia is a baker or whatever the fuck. What's his name? Who's the lead guy? Something Gunther. He's like he's a biology person and he wants to learn about like plants and stuff.
Yeah.
I find that like really interesting. Like, cause like. Every anime's approach to war is okay. Everyone's soldiers. Like, I don't.
No. Their approach is always the kid loses his family to whatever bad guys, and then he becomes.
Yeah, exactly. Or alternatively, it's high schoolers dragged into the war, a la Gundam, a la Code Geass, a la Alno Azio, a la every mecha anime ever. But like, you don't really.
High school.
Yeah, you don't really. Like, one of the reasons I like Gundam Thunderbolt is the characters are more than soldiers. Yeah. And Valkyria Chronicles is an incredible way of doing that. The only real exception to that rule is, like, what's her name? Izara? The black-haired childhood friend.
Oh, yeah, her. She's, like, not even in the war, though. She's
your tank control.
Yeah,
she's tank control. She's literal tank control. Never thought of it that way, but yeah. I don't know. Really loving it. I'm really loving it.
Well, it is a good game. And, like, if you guys ever see the chance, just try it out because it is one of those games that is like none other. Like, there isn't any recent game that's done it like Valkyria Chronicles.
And like they've taken like aspects of it, like Lost Dimension has like that whole tactic style to it, where it's not grid based or anything, but just the marriage of all these like different aspects, like World War II, fantasy, like these realistic soldier guys, tactics RPG, third person shooter. Yep. It's everything and more.
You got XCOM in it. You've got your World War II. It's like XCOM and World War II.
It's similar to XCOM, but like
without the grid.
Yeah, but like tactics RPGs are married to the grid, basically. Like some of my favorite tactics RPGs are grid based, but like having this like
complete open world. Yeah.
Well, not really open world, but like you drop into your character from like the overworld. Like as we were talking about like that like style of like have your map and have your soldiers placed down. I love that. I don't know. So that's it for my week. I talked about Valkyria Chronicles.
There you go.
So yeah, we'll be back in a minute.
Settle transition.
It's like, okay, Metal Gear is the most top secret of our top secret black projects.
It's so funny. It's like they're even going in a band, so it's like just imagine like the SWAT band and it's just like opens up.
No, I'm imagining like mobsters, like they've got like bodies in the back of the van, and they're just like
instead of bodies, it's furniture. Sneak in. Yeah.
Oh god, that's amazing.
Tactical parent adventure.
Tactical parenting action.
Great.
Okay, so I guess we're back. I just needed to record that because that is amazing.
Context, my parents are doing some illegal shit.
They're not doing they're investigating. Snooping around.
Investigating the premises and assuring other tenants will be satisfied.
Better like idea. They're like the Persona 5 main protagonist. Like, you know how he darts around as a black ink blob?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're that. And they got like the Phantom Thief masks on, and they're like just ready to go.
They got that like cliche of just like they're trying to be spies and like crouching behind the covers playing Mission Impossible music.
No, you just get like the Persona 5 battle music. Da, 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 da.
They become like ultra like Persona fans. Like when somebody actually comes all the presents, like they do that like a combat advantage, like snapping their neck or whatever.
No, or like when someone's like they're going into the apartment building and then there's like people outside and they like use their weakness attack and like the screen flashes over and like you just get a cut in of their eyes.
There's people there and they go like it's like enemies and then they just put on masks and they go on.
Yeah.
And they're like standing there and the people are like what the fuck?
Okay. News.
What can top that?
Oh god.
Okay.
I'm looking at the news docket and like I feel sad because the first thing like I think we should just like address like the sad thing that is happening in the weeaboo world. So Boom Boom Satellites, a band that I'm very fond of, they did the OP for Ninja Slayer. They're doing the OP for Kisniver.
That's cool.
They did one of the OPs for Gundam Unicorn, but
rock band, yeah.
They're a rock band. They're an electro rock band. Their lead singer is like partially paralyzed and he's suffering from brain tumors. Which this is the first I've heard of it, but apparently it's been going on for a while.
Yeah. So he just hasn't been like news talked about or like kind of
like
talked about in general.
He's been keeping it very personal.
Yeah.
Because like I can understand why you would want to keep your personal life and your public life very different. But yeah, it's gotten to the point where he can't sing anymore, and so like he's
like actually has to like retire from the band.
Yeah, he has to like the band's done because it's only 2 guys in the band.
Okay.
So the last song that we'll be releasing is the Kisniver OP.
Oh yeah.
It's kind of interesting that they wrote that song because they write all their songs by themselves and then companies just license them out. It's not like usually it's the other way around where it's like, oh, you get contracted to write the OP of something.
Yeah.
But they write all their music themselves.
I think anime like purchase when they buy the bands for the opening, it's very 50-50 on what's gonna be good or not.
Yeah.
But I can say that all the time when they buy the songs to use for the OP, like they're really good.
Yeah.
All the ones that aren't done for the show, but they just happen to license it for it. The songs are usually really good.
Yeah. So it's just such a downer, right? But
It does suck. Like just
you can't write music anymore, and that's like your livelihood. And like, yeah. All I'm gonna say is it's really the song "Lay Your Hands on Me." It's a very positive song, and it's like, you know what? Go out on a high note. Like that's all I'll say. And Kid's not a very positive show. Go out on a high note, and I think that's the way they want to be remembered as a band. Where do I go from here? Because the next story I'm looking at is hilarious.
Alright, okay, so from depressing to hilarious.
From depressing to hilarious. So speaking of anime shit, Qualidea Code.
The best harem you're gonna get.
Oh fuck no! This looks like trash.
It's just good. It sounds like just because all of the people writing it are all horror shows, it's just gonna be this clusterfuck of like who's best girl in the writing.
Oh,
they're gonna like show
no! I like the idea. I like the idea. It's like managers at like a clash of bands where like they're pushing their own. They're pushing their own waifu. It's like, no, this waifu's the best. Fuck you. No, it isn't.
No, there's just an entire like meeting assembly where they've got their 3 PowerPoint presentations on why she should be best girl.
Oh, or like it's like an election debate or something.
Yeah. No, I like the idea of them just like producing their own episodes as like a fuck you to like whoever else. So like they just don't know. And while they're like releasing the show, they're just like, wait a minute, this line of dialogue or like this part wasn't in it, and it was just like one of the writers changing the script.
Yes, so, no, like they're sabotaging each other's scripts. Oh, that's so good. Yeah. So there's this thing called Qualidea Code. It's being done by who's the production company on this? I think it's A1. It is.
Yes.
I'm pretty sure it's A1.
KyoAni, whatever.
Yes, it is A1. It is A1 doing this.
Good job. Good budget.
Well, A1.
A1 has their budget.
A1 has something. I don't know what.
It has a style.
A1 has. It has the 6 out of 10 style. They've mastered the art of 6 out of 10.
They've mastered the art of average.
Yeah, at least in terms of art style, because very generic anime look.
Yes, definitely.
But the reason why this is on the docket is because it is written by.
It's written by like all these horror writers. It's written by
3
Wataru, who did
Oregairu.
Koichi Tachibana, who did My Favorite Daily Live, and who was
the writer of Henneko.
Henneko.
Yeah.
That's hilarious. Like, oh my god, the show's gonna be like. Because my thing is, it looks so action-based, and I'm like, this is just gonna, like, turn into a shits and giggles. Like, the action's never gonna be, like...
Okay, hold on. Sorry, I'm just looking at the production list.
Yeah.
I'm watching this anime now. Guess who's on the music? You've got... It's...
No,
it's not Sawano. It's not Sawano. It's the other guy who I love.
Yuki...
Not Kajura.
No?
I like her too, but... No, it's Taku Iwasaki, a.k.a. Noragami, a.k.a. Gurren Lagann, a.k.a.
I'm
Mahoka...
down for that. I love the Noragami soundtrack.
A.k.a. JoJo, a.k.a. everything ever. That's awesome. So
we're here at Otaku Bubble Talk Show. We're in here for the OSTs.
Yeah,
we're
so...
OST, we're not checking your show out. Sorry.
Yeah, like, I watch Hiroyuki Sawano shows religiously because...
Because it's Hiroyuki Sawano.
Yeah.
Except Seven Deadly Sins. You never watched that, I don't think.
Well... I started it. I gave it the college try. Did you not?
Gave it the good old college try.
Hopefully this show has some Qualidea control. Yeah, you can be mad at that shitty pun. I don't care.
I think the only difference I got like in host of the show is that the main character is not the main character. Like Yes, the main character. Sorry. The main character's design looks very different from the typical designs of the harem.
Oh yeah, that's true. Because he's like got blonde hair and what?
No, he's got like orange hair thing.
Blondish orange hair,
orange,
and he's got like golden arm or whatever the fuck.
Like he looks very typical in terms of it. So I think just from design standpoint, I usually am a little more optimistic in terms of the character.
If you've got an interesting design.
If he's interesting design, it's more likely he's going to have a more interesting and a different personality.
He kind of reminds me of like an angsty Titus from FF10. Because he's got like the weird arm thing and his hair is kind of a similar color.
You know the sniper guy, Kasumi Chigusa, I think was his name?
And what?
In the show, the sniper guy. He's on like the farm.
Oh yeah, the black-haired guy.
Not even kidding. The first thing I thought was that looks like young Dojima.
Oh, you're so right. I kind of see it. I kind of see it.
That's like Dojima's in this.
So they got those cute little things that they're selling only at Judas. I'm on the case. The best Dojima joke is either social and go, and like the coffee shit, or alternatively, it's we could have gotten on vacation for Golden Week by having fun at the strip club. Those are the best. So I guess speaking of recently announced anime, well, we're getting to the summer season, so I mean, it's expected that all the announcements are coming now.
Summer season has some really interesting shows. They have 2 more re-shows, Rewrite and Relife. So I think we're getting into the
bad English naming conventions.
We're getting now the meta shifted away from VR MMO Overlord.
You misused the word meta, you motherfucker.
No, I said VR.
No, you said the meta has shifted away.
Did I? Sorry. Okay. Anyways. The trend of
is
VR MMO has shifted now into
time travel shenanigans.
Time travel and life in another world.
Yep.
That's what we're getting.
Yeah, so
dear God, the number of people I get so triggered by, there's so many people that's just yo, Erase suck. Let's just watch ReZero instead. I'm
oh, okay, Erased. I respect your opinion if you say Erased didn't end well. I liked Erased ending, but I can understand your sentiment. But ReZero, come on.
There's so many edgy people out there. Erased it just went downhill for me. I'm fuck you. It's just some shit.
And Showa Genroku Rakugo Shinju will forever be on the back burner.
No one will ever know of the greatness that Rakugo is.
Yeah.
Okay, so
speaking of serious, mature-looking shows, KyoAni has announced Violet Evergarden.
I love that title. I'm not even kidding. The title sounds so cool.
Yeah,
Violet Evergarden sounds so.
It sounds like something I would come up with in my when I'm just writing. It's Violet Evergarden.
That just sounds like an amazing name. Not too much has been released about what it's going to be about. I tried to look around. It's kind of like Chobit's Plastic Memories of you got the robot.
Yeah, the robot stuff.
And now they're spread out among humanity. The title is a pair of Auto Memories doll, which is what the character is. So
it's also in a super award-winning light novel series in Japan, based on a bunch of short stories or something like that.
I heard from what I liked about it, it's the first one to win in the competition.
Well, it was first place in the same competition that Free was in.
Yeah.
So if Free could get adapted into a thing, why not this?
That commercial was so well animated, though.
Oh, but you know
it's not gonna look like that.
Yeah. Right from the get-go, it's okay, KyoAni is they're the gods of animating modern anime.
Yeah.
It's not gonna be that way the whole way through.
Yeah.
Because I remember back in the day, Free's first animated commercial was Amazeballs.
Yeah.
And so was Beyond the Boundaries.
Oh, yeah. I think the show is just, it sounds very, I'd say serious. What's the word for it? I think more psychologically in depth.
Yeah, well,
kind of
that's what I meant when I said more mature anime.
Yeah.
So, That's what I'm...
Like, mind-mulling, it's a show that I think will make you think and will have more, like, a lot of theory and kind of symbolism in terms of, like, what it really, like, again, what it means to, like, be human, to live and stuff. It's going to be one of those shows.
That style show.
One of those thematic, moral shows, yeah.
I hope, and, like, I've said this before, I hope symbolism... What I hate is when symbolism detracts from the plot.
Yeah.
So...
Like what?
Prime example is Batman versus Superman. Like, symbolism... Zack Snyder is in love with symbolism, and I get that.
Yeah.
But it ruins Batman versus Superman. Like, he's so in love with his own symbolism of, like, oh, Superman is Jesus Christ, that things that should... There are plot holes, like, super huge plot holes in Batman versus Superman. And, like, anime also has this problem, where, like, they get so obsessed with the symbolism that they forget to write a quality story. So...
Make sure to write your story first and then put in symbolism.
Yeah.
Like, it's okay if you have, like, symbolism while you're, like, writing the story, but don't...
Well, just think everything the whole way through. Like, Kill la Kill. Yeah. It has so many readings, as we've talked about, like, earlier.
Yeah.
And, like, the whole core of it is still the same. And it can be interpreted in a bunch of different ways. But it's still a coherent story.
It's still its own story. Don't lose your story trying to portray something.
And, like... I know people give Evangelion shit for it. Evangelion is, like, the one exception to the rule. Where I let it go. And even like, the newer Evangelions, I don't take shit from. Like, 3.33, we both watched that. That was not good. But, yeah. So, I hope where they're going with this, it doesn't detract from the plot. Like, Chobits does it well. Chobits does the symbolism well. Chobits does the story well.
Chobits, I wouldn't say it focuses so much on symbolism as it has that meaning of, like, of
humanity and robots.
Human and robots living in the same world.
Yeah.
Kind of like I think you could go to the reach of, like, racism in it, that kind of thing.
Like the Deus Ex thing.
No discrimination against robots, yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, looks cool. I really like that one shot of her with the axe, and then it just cuts to her holding that guy and, like, the fire and the flames. Yeah, it looks so good.
It is.
Speaking of things that look good, Gundam Thunderbolt is getting a dub.
Woo!
Yeah, and Johnny Young Bosch is Daryl Lorenz, the sniper with things that happen to him. That's my avoid spoilers symbol. For context, I made a gesture.
He just made a gesture that's pretty much what happens to him.
Yeah, so... Max Middleman, who plays Inaho in the Al No Zero dub, is doing Io Fleming.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah.
Wow, that's quite a contrast from, like, a guy who's practically emotionless.
Well, Max Middleman does a lot of... He's... like, in terms of, like, the newcomers to the industry, because, like, you've got your Johnny Young Bosches, you've got your Laura Baileys, you've got your Yuri Lowenthal's. Yeah. He's one of those anime dubbers who, like, I'm really interested to see where he goes because he's got a range. He's got, like, even though...
He can do those different characters.
And it's... I don't mean, like, a vocal range. Like, he can't play high-pitched.
Oh,
he does low... But he's got so much emotion in his voice, which I really respect.
Yeah.
So, yeah... Gundam Thunderbolt getting a dub.
Now you can watch it in English if you don't want to watch it in subtitles.
Well, the way Gundam is doing their dubs nowadays is very interesting. Where essentially what it is, because Gundam is such a hard thing to get the rights for.
Yeah.
Because it's such a clusterfuck of a mess.
Yeah.
What they do nowadays is you can buy the Japanese Blu-rays and they just come with English dubs.
Oh, that's really nice.
Yeah, so that's how they're doing. That's how they did Unicorn until Unicorn actually got licensed.
Yeah.
That's how they're doing Gundam Origin. That's how they're doing Thunderbolt.
I think that's really good because, like, even though whatever your stance on dubs is, there's people that watch it and like
are willing to pay more to get.
And there's people that, like, don't watch anime, and so getting them to watch it in English is probably much easier for them to just get all of a sudden watch it in subs because
Yeah.
most people have never watched anything in subs before. So I think that like the fact that it included it in dub is just like a reach toward like the Western audience.
Yeah, and like
it's easier to get into.
and people who are willing to buy it because like
Yeah.
this is only getting a Japanese release and it's still got an English dub.
Yeah, a lot of the time people will just be like, you kind of want the dub with that. No, it's only Japanese. You can just watch it, whatever.
Yeah, but now you got the best of both worlds. And we'll be getting like the last thing on the docket. We'll get to it.
Yeah.
But yeah.
So
that's another example of like Japanese only release will give you English.
Woo.
So speaking of localization, for some reason,
Eric can just talk about this because like we've talked about this game so many times.
Hold on. We need to introduce this. We need to introduce the topic.
Oh god.
And I think I phrased it the best in the docket is for some reason Criminal Girls 2 is getting localized.
For some reason, we don't even.
Why?
Why is it getting in English?
Well, but Colin, you love Image Epoch though, don't you?
Not for this. Not for this.
This is the.
It's just like I love like my life and I love the strange etchiness of shows, but the Criminal Girls is just that one step too far. I can't take this seriously.
But Colin, this is their This is the masterpiece which they were forced to abandon and give to another company. This is the Stella Glow. You said is the Swan song, but no, Criminal Girls 2. That's the real Swan song.
Oh man, my Swan has been BDSM.
Podcast title established. I'm calling it now. Alright. Okay, so yeah, not much to say here. I don't think either of us have played Criminal Girls 1. I just felt that this was important because you love Criminal Girls so much.
Oh my god.
Okay.
So speaking of games
and announcements and super weeaboo shit.
Super weeaboo, we have Akiba's Beat. Which is the next game in the.
So you claim that you're not into the super lolly criminal.
No, see, Criminals takes it too far, but Akiba's okay. No, what? I'm wrong.
Okay, so this
Akiba strip takes it too far too, where you're literally stripping people.
Dumb They Cry strip combos. Okay, so for context, Akiba's Beat is a spin-off of the Akiba's strip series.
Not really a spin-off. It's just a part of the Akiba's games, because
it is a spin-off in that.
Yeah.
I guess in that sense, it is a spin-off. It's just like it's not like a genre spin-off. Because like the genre is still
game.
No, a genre spin-off and like it's not like a tactics RPG or like something different.
Yeah.
It's still an action RPG, except no strip combos, and instead you got like actual like I guess swordplay.
Actual like combat swordplay. It's like people call it like like Tales of Akiba because that's the way the combat works.
Yeah, it does look very Tales inspired.
It's like the way I just phrased it is it's Akiba's trip with more budget, essentially.
It looks beautiful.
It looks really like a total upgrade from what Akiba's trip was. Like,
in terms of art style, like I'm in love with this. Cause like I've looked at Akiba's strips art style.
Yeah.
It looks very flat.
Yeah.
This looks like it could have been animated by KyoAni. Like it's that good, and I really respect that.
Yeah, it does look good. I think the setup of it, which is the whole Groundhog Day Sunday.
Yeah.
Is totally. It's everything about it is so like. Just like what's the word for it? I don't want to say like mediocre because that makes it sound bad. It's very
generic.
Generic, yeah, there we go. It's very generic in its how it's like okay, we got like time travel like stuck on Sunday where like Persona you have like the midnight hour.
Well, I feel like that's the best way to do like modern, and when I mean modern I mean the setting. Yeah. Modern JRPGs like Cross Fire Emblem, Persona, like Akiba. Even Akiba's strip is kind of like that.
Yeah.
But I really love the art style. I really like the direction they're going. It kind of reminds me of... I'm not sure if you played it because we were just talking about Kingdom Hearts. The World Ends With You.
I know the title. I totally...
It's like Akihabara, but then like under Akihabara in like a weird neutral time zone. There's like evil death game going on. It's
I'll have to recheck it. I know I've heard of that title.
It's really interesting. It's what they made on their spare time, where it's like, okay, Kingdom Hearts 2, whatever. Let's just do something else. We can.
You know, like when I heard, this is just kind of my thing. When I heard Akiba's beat, I totally just imagined what's
a rhythm game?
Not like almost rhythm game. What's it? Let me look it up. I imagined
Dancing All Night.
The not dancing. It's the skating, the rollerblades. What is it? The rollerblades game with the spray paint.
Jet Set Radio.
Jet Set Radio. I was gonna like Jet Set Radio.
Yeah, just on name only, I could see how you get there.
But
the art style is way different from Jet Set Radio.
Yeah, totally. I like they have the they keep the whole Akiba, because one of the best things of Akiba is that they have the total like store by store recreation of the map, and that's like really good in setting it up. They've changed around like some of the stuff, I imagine, just for like the setting, whereas like in that one shot we saw like this big disco beat, which I assume is like your hub, maybe. A part of it, having that setting nailed down, just makes the game a lot better. I wonder if they'll have dungeons though, because it seems more of a like kind of action dungeon thing.
No, it looks like dungeons. It does look like dungeons.
Yeah. Because Akiba Strip was just right on the streets.
No, because they showed like that whole neutral zone in like the blackness or whatever. It looks really good. We don't know if we're getting an English localization. Hopefully we do.
Hopefully we do.
Who did
a worthwhile?
Who did Akiba Strip's English localization? Ooh. Was it Xseed or was it Nipponichi?
I think it was Xseed.
Okay. Xseed, I think that's like Marvelous's publishing division. So I mean, Marvelous and Acquire do have like a strong relationship. So I think we're gonna get a localization of this. Do we know who's publishing this in Japan? I feel like
I don't think we tell if I know.
Is it Acquire just by itself? Publishing it? Because I'm not 100% sure on that. Because it says Acquire announced Akiba's beat. So I assume they're self-publishing.
Self-publishing, yeah.
So hopefully Xseed picks it up. That's all I'll say. Because this is coming to PS4 and Vita.
Yep.
Speaking of Vita games, Spike Chunsoft, I feel like, has developed the greatest trolling tech in the history of ever. Because they announced a brand new PS Vita title that they said is going to be a brand new game, and they did it in the best way possible. Where, essentially, these guys got up on stage on a Nico Nico stream, and they pulled out their Vita, and they started playing a game. And they're like, oh, what are you playing? Oh, is this okay to show off on stage? And then they don't tilt the screen towards anyway. They don't cut to any gameplay or anything. They just tease super hard.
Cock teases. Oh my god.
Well done. Well done.
Well done for trolling your fans.
I
think that's actually just kind of meta, because it's actually
that is the proper usage of the word meta.
It's the guy watching a guy play the
game and he developed it. And it's like, oh, is this okay? We should probably not show this to the people on stream.
I know, because they know they're watching.
Look how amazing this is. So yeah, that was fun. Speaking of more Vita games and more, what I'm gonna assume is an RPG stuff.
Yep.
Super Robot Wars 5 is getting...
Congratulations. You now get to beat up more and more mechas from varying genres.
Yeah. So, Super Robot Wars, for those of you who do not know what Super Robot Wars is...
I raise my hand.
Super Robot Wars is the crossover between every mech series ever. And so they just buy the licenses to it.
Wow. They actually like...
Yeah, they go around individual. So you've got like the most popular stuff like Gurren, Gundam... Evangelion. Yep. So the most niche stuff like Valvrave, what's it called? Gargantia. So so like the super obscure stuff. It covers the. I don't know if Cross Edge is in.
No, it shouldn't be, because their mechas are very different.
Well, I mean, it doesn't matter if your mechas are different or not.
Yeah.
It just matters that you're a mecha show.
Okay.
So, I mean...
Well, if they got it from Gundam, they practically get cross-edge with it.
Oh, yeah, well, Sunrise. Same with Valkyrie.
I want to see cross-edge in it.
Code Geass is in there, too. Is in there, too.
I'd buy it just to see cross-edge.
Hold on, give me a second.
And then Tengen Top and Gurren Lagann.
Because I remember there was one press release that said what the new mechs were. So I'm just going to look around for that. Give me a second. Yep, so the new ones include CrossEdge.
Yeah! Yeah!
We got stuff from Gundam 00, Awakening of the Trailblazer, Gundam Crossbone, Mobile Suit Gundam Hathaway's Flash, which is, I believe, super not canon.
Yeah.
Battleship Yamato.
I saw it for CrossEdge. That's great.
You are like the only person who gives a fuck about CrossEdge.
CrossEdge was the dumbest, funnest show to watch. No, because the best thing about it, what I find is hilarious, is CrossEdge's mechas are so much smaller than the rest. Like, their equivalent is like a car.
Yeah, because I remember it needs to look like you're riding a dragon.
Yeah, you're riding a dragon. It's like you're riding this kind of like bird, I guess. And then you're comparing it to these like giant mechas.
Yeah, just like just seeing the CrossEdge mechs up against like Gurren Lagann.
Yeah.
That's awesome. So yeah, excited. I generally don't give a shit.
I don't own the games, never played the series, but I think
it's because it's never been localized ever.
Yeah.
Besides from like their own like spin-off original IP versions. Like they call them the OG Saga because original. It's theirs. Haha. So yeah, Super Robot Wars 5. I'm hype, I guess.
It just sounds like it's just a cool design. Just include everything from it.
Yep. And so speaking of adding things and including, speaking of fifth titles.
Speaking of fifth.
Ibuki from Street Fighter 3 and Street Fighter 4 is returning in Street Fighter 5.
You now have your ninja.
Yep, your ninja character. Her gameplay looks interesting. I mean,
I've never the Mariels.
Yeah, I've never been a fan of like Ibuki. Like speaking honestly, in terms of like even in Street Fighter 3, never really liked Ibuki. She looks interesting. The only thing I'll say is that Capcom is getting shit right now because they're technically releasing this late because when they originally announced like 5 DLC characters.
Yeah.
It was supposed to be, one each month. And so, like, Alex we got in March, Guile we got in April, and Ibuki was supposed to be May, but now we're getting her in June with the story mode.
Okay.
So I can see why people are slightly irritated by this.
That's it. It's a little late. Yeah.
But...
oh well. Hopefully they'll just release the other character on time.
Well, I mean, that's what we're hoping for, but, like...
I'll say about Ibuki, I like her bomb tech because apparently that's new.
Yeah.
Her bomb, I think that's a really cool tech. It just makes me think of Link's bomb tech in Smash Bros.
Yeah.
Got that. It's cool.
So I think that wraps up our news section. We will be back for a Waifu Warzone.
Settle transition.
And we're back, and we decided about this Waifu Warzone off camera. It wasn't like as spontaneous as
Mike.
Oh yeah, that's true. We are off mic. I'm so used to saying off camera, but we decided on this off mic, I suppose.
Yes.
Because we were like, okay, there's one thing we need to talk about. So, Colin, buddy, compatriot, soon to be enemy.
This is like
we're talking about Musagen no Phantom World.
Remember that show that everybody like hyped up and called shit and then didn't realize that everybody was just calling shit instead?
Well, we watched it all the way through, and I think we both enjoyed it to an extent.
It's an enjoyable show because it actually doesn't play too much on the horror aspects of it.
Yeah.
As much as just like random ghost shenanigans.
Yeah, random ghost shenanigans is accurate. My favorite shit in that show has nothing to do with the waifus. It has well, hold on, maybe.
No. The best part is when it like just worked with it is when they got in the house and then everybody started turning into cats.
Or
I love the pool episode too, though.
The pool episode, yeah, that's the most harem episode. But I liked all the stupid shit revolving around Katsuhiko's summons.
Oh yeah,
No, oh.
yeah. When it's like I saw
Cthulhu, and then you just get like a little pig squid.
I love Cerberus. Because Cerberus is going like, summon the devil dog, Cerberus, and it's just like this husky with wings.
That was the best. It's like, oh, it's supposed to be like an epic wolf thing, and it's like, oh no, it's not that at all.
I just love the Phantom design because they're all hilarious. They're never menacing. They're just like really dumb. Like that firework Phantom, just like, I want to blow up.
Oh yeah,
like a suicide bomber.
Okay, so this is a Waifu Warzone.
Yes.
And so because it is a Waifu Warzone, I inquire of you a question.
Yeah.
Who is your Musaiki no Phantom World waifu?
We've talked so much about this. It's hard to like stray from my lolly ways, but I do really like Reina. I think Kurumi and like Reina are kind of close. Reina she's got her Kirby.
Yeah, cause see, I know I side with Reina because Saori Hayami and Kirby. And
Kirby
and being the best girl and having the best gag in the whole pool episode.
Oh yeah,
where she's like,
I love that gag.
And it's like, oh no, like the ape is not pleased.
Jeez, that was great when Fancer was.
And she just feels all dejected.
Yeah. I love that full episode. Was great.
Yeah.
I like Kirby because of her Albler. How do you say Alberto, whatever she says. I love when she goes into his world and then
that episode is really good. I'll give you that.
I like when he's actually like, it's totally Toy Story of like. Yeah, he's now like the knight protecting her.
Yeah, and the toys come to life.
I like just the amount of just childishness in her. I loved her in the beginning, just because her facial expressions are great. Like,
yeah, her facial expressions are pretty good.
Because she's not like a quiet nor like some tsundere lolly. Yeah, she's just like really adorable in her kind of like uncomfortable self. I guess. Yeah. Just like when they're pulling her everywhere, it's like, oh, it's like, I don't really want to do this. Come on, Kirby, coming with us. Okay. Yeah,
Kirby's just adorable. I'll give you that. But no, I side with Reina. Reina for life. Yeah. Reina x Kirby OTP.
Yeah, what?
The other waifus. The other ones.
What about Mai and Koito?
Yeah, I don't particular. Or even what's her name? That's worse though, right there.
That's worse. She's worse girl, but she gets the most shipping. In that final episode, she actually kisses the main character. I'm like, nah.
Nah, son.
That's just weird. That was so weird.
To be fair, the D is super huge.
Oh god. Dude, that writer just like, do you know that was the writer's like OTP when he writes that?
Well, I don't know. I think that the cast is like the most balanced because like I wasn't sure if it was Mai, if it was Reina.
I was pretty sure it wasn't Koito.
I was pretty sure it wasn't Koito. I wasn't sure if it was Kurumi. I wasn't sure it was.
No, I think it was pretty sure it wasn't Kurumi or Koito. But I was actually, I was pretty thrown off with it wasn't like or in Mai and Reina. I really wasn't sure.
I thought it was actually going to be Kurumi because of how the OP focuses a lot on Kurumi.
Yeah?
Yeah, if you pay attention to the OP.
Maybe.
I'd
have to watch it again.
Like, there's one shot of like Kurumi standing in like the sunset and there's a bunch of flowers. But it's like, okay, yeah, this is the OTP. Because like Reina, what's her name? Ruru isn't like super focused on in the OT.
Yeah, because in the whole OP, she established herself as the partner.
Yeah,
I love of her like character costume switching. Yeah, the other costume is great.
Yeah. The ED though maybe sets up Ruru more because like Because like it's just her going through like sun and rain and like the weird backgrounds and stuff.
That just makes me remind of Kill la Kill's Mako's ET.
Oh, it does. It totally reminds me of that, where it's like, oh, the Mako everywhere.
The Mako everywhere. I love that.
Yeah. So yeah.
So basically, like, I don't know about mine's just like, yeah, childhood friend. Like, I really thought they were shaping honestly.
Yeah, I did too. Because there's that one episode where she has to fight those two spirits.
Yeah, like that was like, and she had to care with him like as a child.
Oh
like,
yeah.
Like that was total shit.
Oh, I forgot about that episode where she has to care as blah. She has to care for him.
Yeah.
That was a really good episode, actually. Now I think about it.
That episode was hilarious.
Well, I didn't find it hilarious. I found like, oh, character development.
Really? I just found it funny. Because like, I think the point was they established the backstory of them.
Because that episode leads right into the last arc of Haruhiko never got to spend time with his mom.
Oh yeah. Mom, best girl.
Mom is like high tier. Now that I think about it. Like. And, like, I don't mean, like, the evil spirit mom. Spoilers!
Spoilers! Evil spirit mom.
I mean actual mom is awesome.
Fake, a big fat phony.
You're not me! Da-da-dan, da-dan, 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 da-dan. Yeah. So, overall...
I think... Yeah. Sorry, go.
Oh, no, I just meant, overall, I really like Reina a lot. Saori Hayami is best girl.
Kirby. No, we didn't talk about Kirby has the best hairstyle. I love her bunny ears hairstyle. Nobody does it, but it's great.
Fuck you. that hair is awful.
That hair is amazing.
I would never give. Like Twin Tails. I can live with.
Okay. I see.
But not stupid like a mini Twin Tails. Whatever the fuck.
No, it's not even. It's like Twin Tails in the front. Oh no. It's just great.
It's like a weird, like, it's like the Japanese style, like, haircut. But then you got, like, these weird pigtails things.
It's bunny ears.
Fuck those.
It's cute.
It's not cute. It's awful. I would never give my children that hair.
Not in real life. No, see, it only works in anime. That's the thing. It only works in anime.
Well, that's like the hair split thing down the center thing. That only works in anime. Yeah. Fuck that hair.
Overall, if your waifu is Koid or Ramai, get fucked.
Yeah, get fucked. You're not acceptable around here. Like Kurumi, I can stand. Reina is clearly the best, though.
Yeah. What?
Yeah, damn right. Alright.
Stare at each other. Alright.
Stare intensely. I guess we can talk about so I guess that ends Waifu Warzone. Yeah. But one thing I kind of want to talk about is next week is of course the weekend before E3. So
wow.
I don't know if you want to do next week like predictions or that kind of stuff, and we can just announce that here. Oh. And so next week we'll do our Waifu Warzone. We'll do everything as usual. And
then we'll have this
and we'll have a predictions section, I think.
Predictions. Oh my god. Nintendo's not just showing off Zelda at E3.
Well, you're going to lose if that's your prediction.
No, it actually is an article. They actually came out saying
Wait, did they actually change actually change that?
Yeah, they said it's not just going to be Zelda.
Oh, fuck. That should have been on the news docket, man.
Oh, I saw it. I was like, oh yeah.
Hold on. This is going to be awkward. Zelda. Looking this up on Google. Nintendo is showing more than just Zelda at E3, but no NX.
That's pretty much it. So it's more than just Zelda.
Because I was kind of mad, sort of.
It was just Zelda, yeah. Well, I think that's a little. It gives everyone a small bit of confidence.
Because okay, if Zelda's your only thing you're showing off,
yeah,
then that's pretty pathetic. Let's be real.
Because you shouldn't go to E3 just for that.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we're going for Zelda. Hi guys, Zelda's been delayed. Yeah. All right.
And even though I'm not gonna be the biggest fan of it, you still Crossfire Emblem comes out the week after.
Oh, I give a fuck about Crossfire Emblem.
But you've got stuff to show off. Even if I am vitriolically against it because of that fucking English localization, my god. But yeah, show it off. Show it off.
Show us what you got.
Show me what you got if you got it, because I fought not only verbally.
Okay.
Lotus juice, man.
We should have just.
We should just have a podcast where we talk about lotus juice and amazing English. All right.
The Lotus Juice podcast.
The Lotus Juice the Lotus Cast. You like that song from Noragami a lot.
I love that.
Okay, so I guess this is it for the Otaku Bubble blah. I can't even get the podcast title.
We're
right.
having trouble speaking today.
Yeah, because our throats have been fucked. Alright, so that's it for the...
I'll leave you breathless.
What the fuck?
Sorry, league joke.
Because I remember Eugene talking about that during Anime North. Yeah, whatever.
Okay.
So, I guess this is Aaron signing off.
And this is Colin logging out.
But you can't log out because you're in Sword Art.
No!
Like,
you
just
can't
get the
log out of real life.
No, you get the Yuki Kajira music in the background. Da 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 da. And this has been the Otaku Bubble Talk Show. Get the fuck out.